The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition of Bucklebomb Live, the last one of 2021, perhaps.
Oh my God, 2021 is almost over, thank God.
Not that 2022 is looking to start out super spectacular, but
yes.
Wrestling-wise, we are in for a hell of a treat the next week. We got New Year's Smash tonight and Friday, with Rampage. We have day one on Saturday and New Year's Evil next Tuesday for NXT, and a lot of the cards are looking stacked, and we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Oh, don't forget about New Japan, and also a lot of pay-per-views coming back the following weekend too. So the next 2 weeks is going to be stacked.
Yes, we got Wrestle Kingdom coming up, a 3-night event split over 2 weekends. So that's exciting. Do you think it should have been 3 nights in a row, or do you like it, 2 nights in one weekend and then the last, the third one the following week?
I will have to see this event just to see how it's going to be like. So I'll keep judgment, so keep my judgment from there.
Yeah, because as far as I can tell, this has got to be the first 3-night event, for a big pay-per-view company or a big wrestling company I can recall.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they've been doing 2-night pay-per-views, right? Wrestle Kingdom for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, because I think now that WWE stole their idea, they're just like, you know what? Let's do 3 nights. Yeah.
So we'll start on some good news. JR today announced on Twitter that he is cancer-free and will be back at AEW Dynamite tonight. Glad to have you back, JR.
Yes. Everybody here at Bucklebomb, we are happy for your speedy recovery. We're glad that you're good. So I can't wait to hear you call in the action for tonight.
Yes. Going to be a real slobberknocker tonight.
Yeah. The last Dynamite in TNT.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be something. So I'm excited for the new era in TBS for AEW. So we shall see what happens.
I mean, if we go back to what Tony Khan posted, give me a minute here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, he says tonight we got JR's return, Thunder Rosa and Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship semifinal. Winner going on to face Ruby Soho. That's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, depending on how long the match will be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking Thunder Rosa is going to give Jade her longest match, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do think Jade comes out on top, though. Jade and Ruby Soho will be a great match.
Yeah. I mean, it would be shocking if they decide to give it to Thunder Rosa and then we have the finals, Thunder Rosa versus Ruby Soho.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that crowd kind of reacted for those two when they met in, the Casino Battle Royal back in July. So,
I mean, either way, it's going to be a great match, great finals.
Yeah, exactly. So either one, it will be fine. I feel like they're penciling in Ruby Soho for the title to be the first one. So,
yeah. So Tony also mentioned it is Kyle O'Reilly and CM Punk's debut in Daily's Place.
Well, actually, it's Kyle O'Reilly's debut in AEW. So let's not forget that. So now everybody confirmed that now he's in AEW now. So now he has all of not all of Undisputed, the original Undisputed Era.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah, exactly. So, so I'm excited for Kyle O'Reilly and CM Punk, of course. Can't wait to see what he does.
Tony did also mention there is one other surprise he's got up his sleeve. Is it a debut?
Maybe. I think so. I mean, come on now. Johnny Gargano has to go there now. Come on.
I believe he does, but I believe there's a show in Cleveland in a few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. I believe that's probably where he'll debut.
Yeah, I could see that,
Brody King. I don't think it's going to be Brody King because Malachi Black said that his first statement would be reviewed first week of the new year. So that's not yet.
Hmm.
We did get Jake Atlas debut for Dark.
Yeah, well, yeah, so that's going to be in the new year. So
Yeah.
I read that it looks like he signed with AEW. That's what I read somewhere.
I
So
haven't seen a sign, but I know he did have a handshake with Tony Khan after he went up against Serpentico. I won't reveal the outcome of that match. We'll wait till that airs. But hey, he really retired. Maybe Tony talked him into it. Hey, come check it out. Give us 1 or 2 matches, see what you think. I think people like it there.
maybe he misses it. Maybe you never know. Like they said that wrestling doesn't really leave you, so maybe he missed it, and maybe he started training again, and then he saw that he was doing good, so he decided to go to AEW. So I mean, his best friend is there. Jungle Boy, and a few of his friends he knows, like Sonny Kiss and Anthony Bo. I think he knows Anthony Bo.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know he did change his name. You can't use Jake Atlas. Escapes me what the name is at the moment. Do you remember what it is?
Oh, Kenny Marquez.
Yes, that's it.
Wait, WWE owns Jake Atlas?
I did see what maybe I don't know if they own it, but I did see he did go under a different name. So I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Yeah, maybe that could be a purpose. I don't know. Or maybe he decides to when he wants to debut Jake. I don't know. Well, we'll find out in the coming weeks. He's now there, so we shall see.
So we did find out that it was released today that Jake the Snake has COVID. We're definitely wishing him a helpful, speedy recovery.
Yeah. He posted that, since Tony Khan knows that he's kind of high risk and he hasn't been there for 3 months, I think, but he's taking care of him. So that's good to hear. So,
yes.
Yeah. So, well, we wish you a speedy little recovery, Mr. Jake. I mean, he's been having a horrible time with health.
Yeah.
It sucks, So hopefully he recovers from this. I mean, all of us, I feel. Please, people, please take your get checked, get your vaccination, do everything, wear your mask. It's getting ridiculous now. I mean,
Also, you may notice our usual Wednesday night host, Luke, is not here. He's not feeling well himself, so we wish him a speedy recovery as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of exposed myself, so I just got the test. I got to wait 3 days.
Can't believe they didn't have a rapid test for you.
No. My sister went somewhere else and she got a rapid test. She's negative now, thank God.
Good.
But
maybe that's a good sign for you.
Yeah, that's a good sign for me. But it's just the past 2 weekends, I've been near people that got COVID. I'm like, it's like I've been away from people, and then now it's trying to get to me. Like, no, get away. It's
gonna be a lot of close calls over the next couple of weeks with everybody.
I mean, I still have to get checked out again because it's just I got exposed. Okay, so this is how the timeline works. Okay, so I got exposed on my birthday weekend on the 17th. So then from there, I was isolated, so I didn't really go out anywhere. So I'm probably good. I had some little mild symptoms, but it was normal for me. And then I found out on Christmas, my family members got COVID. So now I'm a little panicked right now. So I got the test, so I got to wait 3 days. I'm going to see maybe if I can find somewhere else to get the test again. So it's a pain in the ass.
Semi-breaking news. I know it's been over the news sites past couple hours, but Toni Storm has been released by WWE. Apparently a mutual agreement. Apparently she asked. You think she goes back home, or do you think she's able to find new work here?
Well, no, she's engaged with Juice Robinson, so I'm thinking she's living with him, and he's in the States, so I'm thinking she doesn't go. I think they live in Tennessee. I think it is.
Sounds about right.
So I'm sorry.
So that sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, because of course Juice Robinson is wrestling for Impact as well as New Japan's U.S. tour. I think it is. I don't think he's went to the main one. So. Not yet, but yeah. So I mean, she'll probably stick around. I mean, I would love to see her in Impact. I mean, if she feels or if she ever wants to. I mean, WoW's going to come up in 2022. So That would be a good get for them. So it's unfortunate because, like, the past couple of weeks she's been in the spotlight, being used to be like Charlotte's next competitor, so I don't know what happened. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
she worked
program.
the live events though. I saw pictures that she was working the live events, so I don't know if it was maybe something that she didn't like the politics, because that's always a thing. A lot of people don't like the storyline or the politics of WWE, which is understandable, So
Yeah, we'll find out. I'm sure it'll come out at some point. She'll do the interview a couple months down the road. Whether she spills all the tea or not, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Over the past couple weeks, we've seen Eric Bischoff be more critical of AEW than what we had been used to at first. He was very, very complimentary, very praiseful of AEW. And then it seems like things have gone weird. Then he pops up on Monday Night Raw. You think that has anything to do with it?
No, I'm thinking like he doesn't like because okay, here's the thing. I mean, I love Tony Khan because of what he's done with AEW, but also his mouth is getting him in trouble. A lot of things that he's been saying, it's not factual. Some are, some are not. I'm sorry. And to compare himself that he's doing better than WCW, I'm sorry. 1.5, 1.2 to 2.3, no. You got to really look at how WCW at that time was making like 5 to 6 million viewers. I understand it's a different time, but you just have to you have to really understand where Eric Bischoff's coming from. So I mean, like, look, I respect both of them, but at the same time, it's just like Tony Khan. I mean, if he's trying to learn what WCW's errors, first off, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's what happened with Eric Bischoff too. He got cocky himself. So,
Speaking of WCW errors, it was, I believe, 2 years ago. We hit on the 25-year anniversary of Mankind winning the championship and Tony Schiavone spilling the news on air, because that was what they did. They told you the raw results beginning of Nitro. And a lot of people said they flipped the channel to watch Mankind win the title.
Exactly. So let's not, I mean, like, I get some people like healthy competition, but if it's done right, not a spiteful kind of, like, sometimes it takes away from like the enjoyment of wrestling, in my opinion, so it's like, look, I mean, like, I think Tony wants to do it, like, as competitive that he wants to be with WWE and any other company, but just like watch how you say certain things,
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye on that situation.
Yeah. But like, look, I mean, come on now. Eric Bischoff he's a Hall of Famer. Like, I think he can't do no wrong. And, so I think, he has like Vince's ear. So I think he'll probably talk to him about what they're doing, what they're not doing, so there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people don't like the little snitch, but what, like, you don't want them to change? I mean, a lot of people want WWE to change. So I don't mind this. If it helps Eric Bischoff to help creative or something, then it will be good for them. So
yeah, I'm thinking this is probably a one-off appearance, but I'm kind of hoping not. I think Bischoff is good for TV.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll stick with WWE for the next two stories here. Sean Waltman has been medically cleared to return to the ring. He got cured of hepatitis C back at end of 2020. He announced that and said he's going to be undergoing surgery to repair a torn ACL back from 2008. He's had that taken care of, and now doctor said he's able to prepare for an in-ring return.
Royal Rumble 2022. Give it to us.
He'll be entrant number 22 or 23. Watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see it. Or number 12. Like 1, 2, 3 kid. I mean, I don't mind 12. Why not?
What about number 6?
Oh yeah. Oh, 6. Oh, that's good. Yes. That's a good one. Yes. Okay. Okay. Because I know Ricochet. Ricochet kind of tweeted back to him. Is like, bring it on. So I'm. I think he wants a piece of X-Pac.
You know who else tweeted that they wanted a match with him? Corey Graves.
I'm just wondering if he's ever going to step in the ring. I mean, because like I heard stories that he's been training or he got back into the ring, and he's.
I mean, we saw this summer. He tweeted that he had an itch to return. We saw him win the 24/7 championship.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, maybe that helped him out. I don't know. I mean, and also like his girlfriend Carmella wrestling every week, so maybe gives him something. I don't know. I mean, the whole concussion thing is just like it just what's the word I'm looking for? It just kind of sucks when like certain wrestlers can't perform because of the fact of how they take the bumps, because because you whiplash. So I'm thinking because of the whiplash, it affects your mind. So maybe that's what it is. But
I mean, we're seeing Edge, we're seeing Christian come back after
Daniel Bryan, so yeah. So yeah. I mean, I think he probably spoken with all three of those guys, hopefully, before Christian and Bryan Danielson left, So
yeah, it was announced. It's not presumed that he'd be with WWE. Nothing's been announced, no contract signed, but he did announce that he's been cleared on the bump. So I'm pretty much at this point, I'll just assume he'd stay there.
Yeah. I mean, look, he has a month. I mean, like, he's good friends with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, so he can easily go to the Performance Center and train for a little bit. I mean, like, if he announced it now, he has what, like 4 weeks? Like, he has like a full month, so he could easily start training now.
Royal Rumble's on the 31st, so.
Yeah, exactly. So he has perfect time.
WWE put out their list of top 10 matches from 2021.
Ooh, that gave controversy all over Twitter.
Listen, I'll agree with 8 of these matches, but I'll go through and I'll list them here for listening audience in case they've missed it. Coming at number 10 was Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison from WrestleMania.
That was a good match. I'm sorry. That should be a top 10. Okay, so I agree with that. So I don't know what people are saying that if it shouldn't be, but it should be.
Team Black and Gold versus Team 2.0 War Games.
I don't know about that.
One of the ones I feel maybe top 20, but top 10, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. I don't know about that one.
We had Big E versus Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley from Monday Night Raw.
Oh, that was a good. I would say more top 15 than top 10. I don't know, like number 8, but anyway.
Number 7 was Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair at Money in the Bank, which was a good match.
That was a good match. Yeah, no. Look, let's thank the crowd for pissing off Charlotte to bring her A game to make that match amazing. We thank you, fans, at that time for Money in the Bank.
We had Roman Reigns versus John Cena at SummerSlam.
I don't know about that one.
I'd say maybe bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, I don't know about. I would say maybe top 15. So I'm thinking like maybe, I don't know about top 10.
Coming in at number 5, I would say is a match that probably should actually be higher. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair from Survivor Series.
Oh no, that should be top 3. I'm sorry. Yeah. That match had emotion, that had physicality, that had everything, and that was the best thing from the pay-per-view. So I'm sorry. Like, I don't know about that number 5, but yeah.
Number 4, I mean, I can see this as top 3 as well. Walter versus Ilya Dragunov and Takeover.
Oh no, yes. This was I think it should have been maybe number 2 or number 3. I don't know about number 4.
Number 3, I thought could have been a little lower. Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan from WrestleMania.
I mean, no, that match was amazing. I think that should have been in number 8 spot, where the Roman, Big E, and Bobby Lashley match should be.
Okay.
I mean, it was a good match. I mean, it was a good match from coming back from crowds for WWE, so I could see why they put that there. So.
Number 2 from WrestleMania, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks.
See the number 1 and number 2, that was the issue. Read number 1 so that everybody knows.
Mm-hmm. And number 1 was Edge versus Rollins at Crown Jewel, which is a great match.
Yeah, that was a great match. Yeah, for Crown Jewel at that. So it's unfortunate. I don't know if they put the triple threat from Crown Jewel, because I don't think because that was a good match too.
Crown Jewel was a better than expected pay-per-view overall, I think.
Yeah, no, it was. It was from top to bottom. Everything was amazing. So, I mean, I'm surprised not all of those matches were not in the the top matches. I have to like probably go and read all of them, just to see, But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so I think Bianca and Sasha should have gotten the number one spot, in my opinion, because that's more of a historic thing and more of an importance because not only two women main evented one of the nights of WrestleMania, but it was two black women, the history right there that they just created right there to me. So,
I mean, between Belair and Banks, Edge and Rollins, Walter Dragunov, and Lynch and Flair, any combination of those four in the top three, no matter which one you put in one, I'd be okay with.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But yeah, like a lot of people really didn't. Some of them didn't really like some of the picks. So I mean, but
I understand.
I know I understand WWE's reasoning. So it's just like but kudos to them to make a little top 10 list. I'm just wondering how many people they asked. So was it Vince's call or something, or I don't know. Can you imagine?
No.
Oh, this is some good shit.
So we got a little time. Let's go over the match card tonight for
the last Dynamite of the TNT era.
Yes.
I'm just wondering if they're going to do like a video package like they did last year, where they did a video package for the year. I think they will. You think?
I'm sure.
I think. Yeah.
So
I know one of the matches is the semifinals. Well, yeah, for
so you get the Thunder Rosa for Jade Cargill. You have the 6-man tag: Cole, Fish, O'Reilly versus Best Friends and Orange Cassidy.
I have a feeling. Okay, so for the women's match, I have a feeling that Jade will probably win because they want to keep her undefeated, and maybe in the first episode of TBS, that's where she'll lose, because that would be a big deal. Because not only that Ruby will beat her, she'll beat her for the title, so that would be something major. And then if they want to, they could have them feud, for the title. For maybe like for the next month or two. So which would be smart for them to do,
Now, do you think the first one of the TBS, there's 2 championship matches. You got the TBS championship for the inaugural title, and you have Adam Page versus Daniel Bryanson the second time. Which is the bigger match? Which one do you think main events the first Dynamite on TBS?
Oh no, I have a feeling they're gonna do okay. I think what they're gonna do is that they're gonna do Bryan Danielson versus Adam Page again in the first hour. Because honestly, this is how I'm thinking they're gonna do. I'm thinking they're trying to save them for a big pay-per-view to blow it off this match, and then they'll probably do like no DQs or something, because like I think like they're gonna continue on this feud, in my opinion, because and then like if anything they could add Kenny Omega if he wants to come back in like February or March to be added, because the next pay-per-view is in March, right?
Yes, Revolution, because WrestleMania is in April, I want to say.
Yeah, because it's okay.
And then Double or Nothing, I believe, is May.
Yeah, so if Kenny Omega probably is like wanted to relax for just a few months, he didn't get any surgeries, or he's good, he could come back in February and be added into that title picture, because I have a feeling that they'll probably do Kenny versus Page for the title on a TV show again, and then they'll probably get a draw, and then all 3 of them are gonna, because each of them will have a case about like they each had a draw on each other. So, and that's how I'm seeing it, because I don't know what other direction they can go with it, other than just do a triple threat match, because that's a big match right there.
How about this for Double or Nothing? Page, Omega, and Danielson, triple threat Iron Man match.
Ooh, they never done that before. Ooh, a 60-minute. Ooh. Now that's gonna be unique because like I don't know how you're gonna do something like that because it's like it's depending on who gets the amount of pins. So I'm just wondering who's gonna pin who and stuff like so.
Yeah. I mean, I have to go most pinfalls, wins the title.
Yeah. So I mean they'll probably figure something out to make it,
Yeah.
unique and interesting. So we'll see. But
Mhm.
yeah, I like that.
Two
So
other
so you're saying skip Revolution and just go to Double or Nothing with this
I'm,
feud to continue on?
I'm thinking they'll do something, with Paige and Danielson at Revolution. Maybe that's when Omega comes back and interferes.
Okay. Oh no, that okay. So they can't have that as the main event because then okay, because already people are getting a little bit of the fatigue of like the
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 draws.
the draws. Yeah, so yeah, yeah. I mean, like, look, I don't mind a draw, but it's just like I don't want it back to back because like I wanted the draw for Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. Like for me, I think Page needed that big win to establish himself. You know.
Maybe something happens, in Dynamite, leads to a match at Revolution. Kenny Omega comes back. Still mad at Bryan Danielson. Cost Danielson the match. Helps Page. Wants his rematch.
Okay.
And it
I
goes back
mean,
and forth with interference.
yeah, I can't see that. Or they could try to maybe save it until maybe All Out for those three. I mean, they could do that. I mean, like Paige will go to another program with somebody else while Kenny and Brian does their feud in Double or Nothing, and then maybe
Yeah.
they'll just do that. I think. So yeah, so we'll see about that. So I'm thinking like the inaugural TBS champion will probably be the main event. I'll be shocked if they decide to do this first, and then they'll give like the last hour to Kenny, Brian Danielson and Page. So
Yeah.
we'll
Also
see. We'll
tonight
see.
we have Eddie Kingston with Santander and Ortiz taking on Daniel Garcia in 2.0.
He's not winning that match. I'm thinking they're trying to establish that because like I don't think they're gonna. I don't think Eddie's beating them. So I think that's where his frustration is gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know. Maybe like in the next few months, maybe that's where they pencil in John Moxley to come back as his tag team partner.
What if John Moxley comes back tonight? What if that's the other surprise?
That's so soon, though. When was it that he announced his
It's
When
been
was
a
it?
few months. I want to say it was right around Full Gear. A
Yeah, it
little
was
before
around.
Full Gear.
Yeah, it was around like late October, November. Yeah, no, I don't know. I would give him maybe another
Yeah,
month or two.
maybe. I thought it was
Yeah,
a little bit earlier.
yeah.
And then, of course, announced today a 10-man tag. Lucha Brothers, Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, and FTR.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe Christian and Company will win.
That's my guess.
hmm Yeah. I mean, unless they try to stop, or the surprise is the Briscoes. They could interfere in this
Yeah,
match.
that is true.
Because like you have Lucha Bros there as well, so have those three facing off. Oh
Mm.
yes, give me that.
So we also talked about WWE Day 1 happening on Saturday. So here's the matches we got lined up for that.
Well, cards have to change because of certain rumors of COVID protocols. So
Although we're
yeah.
told main event has to happen because it has big WrestleMania implications. So whether I'm going to guess that's the Roman Reigns versus Lesnar is main eventing that match versus the Fatal 4-Way.
Because okay, they could go two ways for Roman versus Lesnar. One is Lesnar beats Roman beats Brock because of Paul Heyman. And then that's how they're going to set up where Brock probably wins the Rumble. So he'll face Roman again for WrestleMania.
Yes, that's my guess.
Yes. Or they'll do the reverse where Brock wins and then Roman goes into the Royal Rumble and then he wins. Because, I don't see a male winner for the Royal Rumble unless if they decide to do Drew McIntyre. I mean, who else do you see?
The one who I originally thought it seems like a shot in the dark now was Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
He's trending upwards, but now with Lesnar playing heavy, I'm thinking Roman Reigns. I don't think Roman Reigns is losing until WrestleMania.
Right.
So I believe Reigns retains and then sets up Lesnar to win the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like they could do still Damian Priest versus Big E. I mean, that would be a good match for both of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could still do that. I mean, it's still. It's just like we already know that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are probably going to be in the main event. It's all just depending on who's going to be added, or if they're going to add a stipulation on how they're going to get there. So,
yeah, I'm sure that'll probably be the main event at WrestleMania Day 2.
Because they could do it like in three ways. One, they could add somebody else to make it a triple threat. Two, because they're trying to get Stone Cold, he'll probably be the special guest referee or special enforcer for that match. Can you imagine that Austin and Reigns face off? Ooh, that would get some attention.
The other person I could see winning the Royal Rumble and inserting himself into the title match, Bobby Lashley. He's been competing for a match with Brock for a while. Yeah. So imagine that triple threat: Lashley, Reigns, and Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Now, yeah, because I could see that. Give Brock give Bobby that match, please. I mean, just if you want him to take the pin, just put him in the triple threat. That's fine, okay? Just give him the damn match with Brock Lesnar. Yes. God sakes.
I think they're setting up for that because they're slowly turning Lashley and her business into baby faces. So,
yeah, I don't know about the her business, but I could see, Bobby Lashley, yeah, because like the tease that they did with MVP and Bobby Lashley kind of seemed like they're kind of separating them. I don't want them to do that.
No, keep MVP there.
Yeah, exactly.
But the other title match from day one, which I believe is the most in danger of anything, Big E defending against Lashley, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, we found out over the weekend, had COVID over Christmas. So hopefully, he makes a recovery and everyone else is safe, which is why you saw everybody else.
Except Kevin Owens that showed up on Raw. So
everybody else was home, being protected.
Hey, look, at least Kevin Owens got to wrestle Edge in a live event. So lucky the fans that got to see that live.
In the main event, which was great.
Yeah, of course, in the main event. So, okay, I don't feel like Bobby is winning if they decide to pencil him in for Roman and Brock.
Right.
If they're going to go that direction. I definitely know that Kevin Owens is not winning. I mean, even though that he resigned, I don't think he's going to win. Now, Seth Rollins, I mean, he's a good character. I mean, it's just like...
He's the only one I could see taking the belt off Big E Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, they could easily do extend the feud to Royal Rumble. I mean, they could and then Rollins would be happy because then now he'll have his one-on-one match because that's what his big bitching about this match. Be like, why are you adding more people? So yeah,
other matches we got for day one: the belt holder of that family, Becky Lynch, defending against Liv Morgan.
Okay, so now with the women, now with what happened with Tony, I'm just annoyed. I just feel like Ronda's coming back. Because if you look, if you really want to sell out the arena, 100,000 seats, everybody's been wanting that Ronda versus Becky match 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only biggest women's match I can see, other than Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. So, I mean, if they are going to do 2 title matches for the women, those are the only 2 matches I could see for WrestleMania and Charlotte and Sasha have been main eventing a lot of the live events recently. So I'm thinking that they're going to go that direction for SmackDown.
The other scenario I see playing out, Becky Lynch cheating to win again.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Bayley doesn't come back to win the Women's Rumble, Liv Morgan wins the Rumble and fights her way to take Becky Lynch on at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because if they don't get Ronda, then it has to be Becky versus Bianca versus Liv, because Bianca, I feel like it's either Bianca or Liv that has to win the Rumble because I don't see anybody else either. So
I can see Liv, or I see Becky Lynch not losing the title until WrestleMania, and I think it's going to be Liv or Bayley winning the Rumble and taking it off her.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, it's coming up in the coming weeks, but I think like Becky's retaining this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's gonna drop it yet. I mean, hey, if she politics her way to say like give it to Liv for a few days or a few weeks, then by all means, nothing wrong with that. I would be so happy if the first 2022 both Liv and Ruby win titles. That would be such a good it would make all the Riot Squad fans happy about that.
We have the Raw Tag Team titles on the line: RK Bro versus Street Profits.
I'm thinking Street Profits are winning because I'm thinking RK Bro is about to break up.
I can see that. They're due to break up soon, whether it's here or the Rumble.
Because if they don't break up by then and they still are champions by WrestleMania, then I can see them facing KO versus Rollins because I'm seeing how KO and Rollins are teaming together and their interaction with each other in the past couple of weeks have been great. So I can see them as a tag team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're saving Orton versus Riddle for WrestleMania.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I mean, they could do like Rollins and KO versus them for the titles at Royal Rumble, and then that's where you set up for a WrestleMania match.
I'm thinking maybe Orton and Riddle lose the titles to Alpha Academy at Rumble. You give them a month or so trying to chase and get the titles back. They can't do it. Orton turns on Riddle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that maybe.
We got the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Usos defending against the New Day, King Woods, and Kofi Kingston.
No, they're retaining. I mean, I'm thinking they're gonna retain because I don't see the New Day winning again. I don't know. I mean, I don't see any other teams though have they faced the Viking Raiders? I don't think they faced the Viking Raiders.
I want to say it was the last pay-per-view on the kickoff show, maybe.
Yeah, I mean because I'm sorry, I'm ready for Angel and Berto to be in the title picture for the tag team titles.
Yes,
because they have good chemistry with each other because they're family.
We have Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss.
Drew McIntyre, come on. Come on.
And then we have Edge versus The Miz.
I think Miz is going to win this, but Beth is coming back. Beth has to come back for this feud.
I think we're getting a mixed tag match at WrestleMania. Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth.
Really? No. Edge has to face AJ Styles. Now that AJ Styles is now a solo artist, like a solo act, we got to get Edge versus AJ Styles because Edge is even saying his mileage is he sounds like he's gonna hang up the boots finally this in 2022.
I think we get that match at some point because they did drag Beth into that promo last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But actually, I think Edge is going to win this one because Miz has been getting the better of him past couple weeks.
We'll see. I mean, I would love to see Beth come back. I mean, Beth versus Becky. I would like to see that. So. Mm-hmm. And also they just added Sammy versus Nakamura because Sammy won the battle royal back on the last SmackDown on the Christmas SmackDown episode, so he's facing Nakamura for the title. I'm hoping that Sammy wins it because I'm sorry, Nakamura is not doing much with the title. I mean, that's unfortunate. This is his second defense, and he won the title in July, August?
Right around there, yeah.
It's ridiculous. So yeah. So just give it to Sammy. At least it will be used properly with Sammy because of course he'll get great heat. He's been getting great heat.
Mm-hmm.
And if he wins it, that means maybe he has resigned. You never know. I mean, he hasn't really confirmed if he has resigned.
Yeah, I mean we've heard rumors, but nothing confirmed.
Yeah, but I think like Sammy will probably resign. I mean, come on, like
Especially if Kevin Owens resigned, I think Sammy's a lock.
of course, yeah, because like KO wants to win the tag titles with Sammy, so I'm thinking that they're probably gonna be a team again. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. So as we get ready to settle in for Dynamite, we'll go over the next week's 2.0 New Year's Evil lineup, which this is looking like a great card as well.
The first, yeah, exactly. I was like shocked to see like three like people coming into the show for this like TV appearance. I was like, damn, they're stacking this up.
We got 3 title matches out of 5 announced matches. I got 6-man tag action. MSK teaming with Raw Tag Team Champion Matt Riddle, which is great, against Imperium, which includes Walter this time around.
Walter, so you know what that means. You know what that means. Walter's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, look, if he shows up in the Rumble, then you know for a fact he's going to Raw. Oh, give me Big E versus Walter. Give me that. Ooh.
Yes. Yes. We have AJ Styles coming in to take on Grayson Waller.
Yeah, I look, this Grayson Waller, look, say what you want, like he's generic or whatever, but he's getting some attention. So I'm excited just to see like if he can keep up with AJ Styles. So
we have I don't know how I feel about this match. We have the NXT Cruiserweight and NXT North American title unification match. Roderick Strong versus Carmelo Hayes. I'm hoping to keep the North American title, but kind of sad to see the Cruiserweight title go away for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, they fired all the Cruiserweights. I'm sorry. So, I mean, there's no point of having it. Look, it had a good 5-year run. They tried. Unfortunately, it's WWE's fault. Let's just say it.
In about 3 years, we'll see the return of the Cruiserweight title, I'm sure, again.
They'll probably rename it something else anyways. But give it to Roderick Strong. I'm sorry. Yeah, I like Carmelo Hayes, but I'm thinking like now it would be smart if in the next match, once we get to it, if it's smart, then he should be in the main picture because he's getting attention. A lot of people are really liking his promo work. So I think like he's ready for the main title for NXT.
We have NXT Women's Triple Threat title match. Mandy Rose defending against Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade.
I'm thinking this is probably Raquel's maybe her last match in NXT because I'm thinking she's going to the main roster. So I'm thinking she's probably gonna make a Rumble appearance. Then I don't know which show they'll add her on. So
I'm guessing SmackDown.
You think so? You know what? That would make sense.
Form, so.
But more importantly, I think that would make more sense because then you'll be like, oh, look at this giant that I have to face Naomi. That would be a good obstacle for to have with the feud with Sonya and company.
Yeah, and I got the feeling Cora Jade is there to take the pin.
Yeah, no, she's not ready for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The last couple of weeks, like, look, it's cute of what she's doing. She's doing good in the mic, but she needs more ring work. I'm sorry. Like the last couple of weeks, I'm not enjoying some of
she's young. She's 20, 21, so.
Exactly. So I think she needs more reps. I mean, like, it's like the last week, this past Tuesday's match, she was trying to keep up with 3 veterans there. Yes, Raquel is a veteran now. Like she can keep up with the other 2. So, because like you're facing Io and Kaylee Ray, that 2 of the decorated champions in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
You got to keep up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then we have, I'm sure it'll be the main event, the NXT title match. Tommaso Ciampa defending against Braun Breaker. And I think Braun Breaker pulls the upset here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's this time because like if they're going to be moving to this young generation, I see already 3 people that Braun Breaker could face. I see him versus Carmelo Hayes, like I said, like he's already ready for the main event picture. I see him versus Grayson Waller because he's getting great heat. So, and like Braun Breaker is getting a good reaction from the crowd. So I mean, and who is the? Let me think. And if they want to, just to see if he can handle it, maybe him versus Walter.
Maybe we can see that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's depending on if it's just that Walter just does this one match, and then him and Imperial go to Raw or SmackDown.
Yes.
Oh, can you imagine if he decides to go to SmackDown, and then we have Imperium versus the Bloodline versus Hurt Business? Yes, give me that. I want that now.
All right. Well, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's almost time for Dynamite, about 15 minutes. So we will end it here.
Yes.
Check us out on Twitter, shop bucklebomb.com. Just getting a revamp this weekend, finally.
Yes.
And of course, like I said, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz.
We also have Twitch. We're trying to do more content for you guys. We're just deciding what we're going to do for the new year, so give us some time.
We will be doing a watch along for day 1. So stay tuned for that on Saturday. Bucklebomb Entertainment on Twitch. Follow us there.
Yes.
Subscribe.
And Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2021. Be safe. Wear your mask. We hope to see you in the new year. So exciting.
Enjoy, everybody. Have a great night.